All right, here we are, 4:30 on Friday, finally. The weekend is almost beginning. I'm so excited. It seemed like a long week. Anyone else? So I'm so glad that you guys hopped on today. If you're watching this live, say hello so I know you're there. And if you're watching the recording, great. I am here to kind of talk about Arbonne, what Arbonne is, how it helped me, and how it might help you. So just to give you a little bit of an intro, I did Arbonne's 30-day to healthy living, what did I say, it was about March. So I had a child, February 20th, 2017, my little Mason was born. And right after that, I had a major GI flare, and I got diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and I actually dealt with that flare and bleeding and constantly going to the bathroom for about a year, a little over a year. So then in that following March, I had tried a whole bunch of things. At that point then the doctor had put me, I had to go on prednisone. I was on Lialda, 4 tablets a day, and nothing still seemed to be working. I was still having lots of bleeding, lots of going to the bathroom. So it's like, my friend Mandy, hey, if you're watching, had been selling Arbonne, and I saw her stuff, and I was like, hey, why not give this a try? I know for a lot of you, if you guys are out there and you guys have Crohn's or ulcerative colitis, like, once you've been dealing it for a while and you've been having a flare for a long time, you're ready to try anything, right? So I was introduced to Arbonne. I had gained a lot of weight on prednisone. With this program, I lost about 12 pounds, 2.5 inches off my weight. But the most important thing, and why I kind of wanted to talk to you all today, was that my flare finally cleared. I was able to come off prednisone by the end of it, clear the flare, and now it is, what month? November. So back last month, I was able to decrease to 2 tablets of the Lialda a night instead of the 4 that I was taking. And then I'm hoping to get completely off of it by, the end of the year, the next month. I'm just doing it really slow because, as some of you are aware, like, you're kind of afraid to get a flare back. So I've been weaning the medication slow, but I've been able to come off of it. So I know a lot of you are like wanting to know more about this and how it can help you. So just a little bit about Arbonne. Arbonne's been around for, I think it's been about 38 years now. So it started more like a skincare, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a bit. But in 2017, Arbonne was named the number one global brand for healthy living inside and out. So this is just a global business. And the thing that's great about this business and all of these products is that in Europe, they ban about 14,000 ingredients from their products, which is a good amount. So it's anything they think that might be toxic. In the US, we only ban about 12. Isn't that crazy? 12. So think about everything that we have. We're not even protecting ourselves. But the best thing is that Arbonne takes it a step further, and they ban over 2,000 ingredients. So you know that all this nutrition product or all the skincare products, makeup products that they have are pure, beneficial, and safe. And they have a 45-day money-back guarantee. So that's always nice too. So to kind of go into what it is a little bit. So I wanted to first just talk about the 30-day program. So Arbonne's helped thousands of people with this 30-day to healthy living challenge. And what most people do, most people actually lose 5 to 12 pounds. Oh, hi, Jerry. Thanks for joining. So most people lose 5 to 12 pounds. And the best thing is that people that on it tend to have more energy. Hi, Tina. Sleep better, have better digestion, just by sticking to this program. But even more, people that have digestive issues like you guys might have, like Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, just those irritable bowel diseases, it helps clear some of that. So let's talk about it. What you're gonna do is learn to eat clean. So we're gonna remove foods for 30 days, the ones that are susceptible for us to cause those gut reactions. And then we're gonna eat a lot of nutrient-dense foods to really nourish our body. And we'll talk a little bit more about how it's best to do that for people with like Crohn's and colitis as well. We're gonna help balance our blood sugar, reduce some of the toxins in our body. And then the best part about the 30 days is that you kind of become a community. So when you sign up for a 30-day, you get added to a Facebook group of all the people that are doing the 30-day at the same time. So you kind of can ask questions there. There's recipes and just little like tidbits of information about different things. So it's really fun. And then you would also get me as a coach. But it's great learning just about these products too and how helpful they can be, because I've used them beyond my 30 days. I use a lot of them every day, and that's what's really kept my ulcerative colitis at bay. So as far as what food you're gonna eat on the 30-day. So the things that really get our gut and the things that you eliminate on the 30-day is dairy. So we're gonna replace dairy with like almond milk, coconut milk. We're also going to eliminate gluten. So you're gonna replace gluten with like brown rice, quinoa, sweet potatoes. We're gonna eliminate soy. Soy is actually a really processed food and really acidic, and it's very genetically modified. So that's not good for our gut, so we're gonna get rid of that as well. We're also going to eliminate coffee and alcohol. I am guessing that a lot of you may have already eliminated this for a majority of the time anyways, because this really can trigger your gut. I know for me, I know for sure I'm gonna be in the bathroom if I drink the night before. That next morning's gonna be fun. Or if I have a cup of coffee, I know that later that day it's gonna be fun. So I know that now, especially going through this program. But for those that are coffee drinkers and can tolerate coffee and have it all the time, never fear, we have a solution for you. So you'll still get your caffeine fix, I promise. We're also going to eliminate corn. So corn is another food that's really highly processed, and it actually is really high in cellulose, which is a fiber that's really hard as humans to break down. So it causes a lot of inflammation. So that we're also going to be eliminating. And then we're gonna eliminate white food. So like white rice, potato, flour, white sugar, we're gonna eliminate. So you're gonna have brown rice instead of white rice, sweet potatoes instead of regular potatoes, and all of that for 30 days. Because most often the foods that you're craving are actually the foods that aren't good for you. So this is gonna just eliminate all those foods. You're gonna focus on good, healthy, whole food. And then after the 30 days is over, we give you some information about how to slowly reintroduce things, a few days or a few weeks at a time, depending. So then you really learn, like, okay, my body does react to soy. My body doesn't react to soy. I love coffee. Can I have it again? So you really learn, like, what are your triggers? Because for people, they're all different. And then I'm just gonna talk about a few more foods that you probably want to eliminate if you're a person that has something like I do, like ulcerative colitis. So fried food, that is probably an obvious one, but you want to eliminate fried food. You want to try to eliminate any of the processed foods. So anything that can kind of sit on a shelf is probably pretty processed. So you want to eat as little as that as possible. You want to eat things that are fresh. You also want to avoid farmed fish. I want to try to get fresh fish because the farm fish tends to be bad to our gut, as well as any GMO foods. And red meat can be really hard on your gut too. So if you are a red meat eater, I would suggest only having it at maximum like once a week ideally. And you want to make sure it's organic, like antibiotic free, like really good quality red meat. Oh, hello, Leonie, welcome. I'm glad you made it. So those are all the things that we're going to eliminate. So what are we going to add in? So Arbonne products, that's all stuff that we can do on our own. So Arbonne's 30-day helps us get rid of those toxins and helps detoxify our gut even more. So let's talk about what a day would look like on the 30-day. So you're going to start the day by having the thing that we should all be doing. I know one testimonial that I'll share a little bit later, she has this twice a day, I believe, and that is your Digestion Plus. So this comes in the 30-day package. It's Digestion Plus. I know it's backwards. You might have to look at this in a mirror. So what this is your prebiotic, probiotic, and digestive enzymes. So it's more than just a probiotic. It also has the prebiotic and digestive enzymes. So it really supports like digesting like carbs and fats and fibers and all of those types of things. It helps balance our digestive tract. And the thing that I love is that these don't have to be in the fridge. So a lot of probiotics you have to keep in the fridge, which makes it really hard to travel with. So this one is actually little packets that you rip open and you put into your water. So you just add one little packet to about 4 ounces of water, just a small little bit, and you kind of shoot that at the beginning of the day to kind of start out your day. Ideally, like at least like about 15 minutes before you're going to eat anything, just to kind of let it get down there before your food does. So that's how you're going to start the very first thing in your day. Then the next thing you're going to do is have a lovely cup of this herbal tea. So this is a detox tea. It helps support your liver and kidney and helps with toxin elimination. So what this is milk thistle, peppermint, dandelion, sweet fennel, elder, parsley, walnut, uvarisci, and licorice. So those are all things that really help detoxify. So if you are a coffee drinker, I'll still talk about your caffeine fix, but this is that nice like warm cup that you're gonna have in the morning. So you're actually gonna have one in the morning and one at night on weeks 1, 2, and 4, and I'll talk about what we're gonna do on week 3. So really good teas. So what you do for breakfast, or if you're also wanting like a lot of weight loss, you'll do one of these shakes for lunch as well. And if you're a huge breakfast person and you're like, no, I need like my nice organic eggs and my sweet potato hash browns in the morning, you can do the shake for dinner too. Just ideally the shake has to be at least once a day for a meal. Twice especially is ideal, especially if you're like looking to have a little weight loss. But you get 2 packages of the protein powder. And I know a lot of people ask about protein powders and what works for them and what doesn't. So there is chocolate and vanilla. You get 2, one of each or one of the flavors depending on what you like. So this has 20 grams of vegan protein, and it's gonna kind of help you feel full. It also has all of these other supplements. So the thing that I love about our protein is that it has a lot of protein in it, it has a lot of other vitamins, and it doesn't have any other crap. So whey protein, super bad for our gut. Soy's bad for our gut. So what this protein is vegan protein. So they use pea protein is the main one, and then they also use some cranberry protein and some rice protein. And it's really easy on the gut. So you're gonna have a protein shake, 2 scoops of that, but also to it, because we need calories too. So this is only 160 calories for 2 scoops. That's not enough calories to keep us going. You have to have at least 1,200 calories a day. So you're gonna add like a healthy fat, like coconut oil or almond butter if you're not sensitive to nuts. You're gonna add that in, and then you're gonna add some like low glycemic index berries. So that's like fruit, sorry. And so that's gonna be like your berries, like your strawberries, your blueberries, your raspberries. And I like to use frozen berries so it makes the drink a little bit cooler. And then ideally, if you can add in some kale or something, you can do that too. Otherwise, what I add in is the greens balance. So when you get the whole package, you get a free greens balance. So this greens balance is tons of, can't even say them all because there's a million, but it's reds, greens, blues, yellows, there's quinoa, flaxseed stuff. So what it is, it's this lovely green powder, but I like to add it to my shakes to get a little extra green. Or a day that I didn't do well on like my fruits and vegetables, I'll add another scoop to like a drink later in the day. You can have it by itself. It's not very sugary, so it's not super sweet. So if you're a sweet person, some people will add it to fizz sticks, which I'll talk about in just a second. So you're also going to add a scoop of fiber. So watch out, people. Fiber. Oh, so fiber is a tricky one for us. The nice thing about this fiber is that it is both soluble and insoluble fiber, which is good because, you know, the one fiber helps plug us up, the one makes you have looser stools, but fiber is supposed to help you feel fuller longer. But what I recommend, so usually what we say for most people is like start out with a fourth of a scoop and we'll work up to a full scoop. I don't recommend a full scoop. For me, that just causes a lot of gas and a lot of bathroom issues, and I haven't been able to work my way up to a full scoop. So I actually just recommend like a fourth of a scoop. And if you can work your way up to a half scoop, great, but a fourth of the scoop is better than nothing. So you're gonna add that to your shake too. So then you're thinking, okay, I got my breakfast, got my shake, but I need my coffee. So you're not gonna drink coffee, but what you are gonna have is fizz. And now there's 3 different flavors to choose from. So that's great. So you get 2 boxes of fizz. Each box comes with 30 sticks. So if you kind of do that math, that means you can have 2 a day, up to 2 a day. I'm not a huge coffee drinker, so I usually have like, I don't know, like 3 a week maybe, just that on a tiring day, but you can have up to 2 a day. So it does have 50 milligrams of caffeine, but that caffeine comes from green tea. So you can choose between the citrus flavor, the blackberry, or my favorite, which is the pomegranate. So the fun thing, so these come in little sticks as well, so those are easy to travel with too. So you just get some water, rip it open, and you pour it on in. So it is called a fizz stick for the reason because there is a little carbonation and bubbles, which I'll try to show you. We'll kind of put it in there. I don't know if you can see it bubbling. So it'll kind of fizz and bubble. I'll let that kind of settle before I drink it. So what this is it has a lot of vitamins. So it has like B6, B12, potassium, other things, but then it does also have that green tea. So you get some good like natural energy. And it's funny, my one friend just started trying these and she was like, oh my gosh, this gives me so much energy. I just cleaned my whole house and I still feel like I can go grocery shopping. So this is how you're gonna get some energy during the day, not with the coffee, but with this. And people love them. There's a lot of people that do the 30-day and then keep using the fizz sticks after and keep it the protein shakes after because it's just such a great way to get all that nutrients in that's nice and kind to our bodies. So you're also going to do a morning snack in between breakfast and lunch and an evening snack between lunch and dinner because you want to be eating pretty frequently. So your snacks are going to just be like things like I love green apples because that's low in sugar and almond butter, or we make these things called Fit Chews. I've been eating those with some almonds because I can tolerate nuts pretty well. So you're gonna have some nice healthy snacks, and then for dinner you're gonna follow that like do not eat list and just make something good. There's also lots of recipes that you'll get. So the last thing I have to show you for the 30 days is the body cleanse. So this you'll do in week 3. So the first time I ever did the 30-day, I was going through a really, really bad flare. And like I said, at the end of it, my flare was over. I was so nervous to do this during that because it does detoxify you a little bit more than the detox tea. So you don't have detox tea in that 3rd week because you're having this instead. But it has good things too, like ginger, aloe vera, but it really helps to detoxify everything. So I was nervous the first time, but I did do it the second time I did a cleanse, and it was fine. So, the body cleanse, not scary. And it's a nice lemon ginger flavor. I like to add the greens to it to make it not quite so sweet. But that's it. So you get, let me put it over here. A little Vanna White there. That whole package is kind of what the 30-day entails. So that was the main thing I wanted to talk to you all about. So we do a new round the 1st and the 3rd of every month. So the next round starts not this Monday, but the next Monday. And I would love to coach you guys. So please comment, ask questions, or message me. Or if a coach invited you to this or another Arbonne consultant, message them. If you saw one of my posts, please message me about this. So it's not just for people with Crohn's and ulcerative colitis. It's really made for everybody, but it just helps clean out our gut and then slowly add things on. And just for the people that were invited with me as a little initiative, everybody that signs up with me by the end of, in 1 week, by the end of next Friday, I'll be doing a little lottery to add in and send you a free either water bottle or protein shaker, whatever one you choose. So, it's always nice to get free things. Are there any questions for people watching about that stuff? I also, just let me know. I also just wanted to touch on some of the other things that Arbonne does have, because their products are, hold on, let me drink a little fizz. So their products are all, I didn't talk about this. So their products are all gluten-free, they're vegan, they're organic certified. One of the posts, I say all the certifications that they got. So all their products are just so good. So if you're a pretty big person that likes to exercise like I do, they have a great exercise line too. And sometimes it's hard to find exercise stuff that works for us. So a lot of pre-workouts have a lot of caffeine, which is really bad for our heart, but for me that also, stimulates things that I don't want stimulated. So their pre-workout doesn't. Their pre-workout is just full of all these vitamins that are going to help you work out harder. And then they have a great post-workout too. And I love their hydration. So if you're the type of person that likes to hike, or you had a naughty night and you drank too much, that next day you can have the hydration. And this hydration has literally cleared my headache sometimes. I love it. And it's gluten-free. And the other thing that I just wanted to talk about is that gluten is something that upsets a lot of people's digestive tracts. And so I just wanted to touch on skincare for a second. So that's not the main purpose of this video, but I did want to touch on it because anything that you put on your skin actually gets absorbed into your body within 30 seconds. And a lot of skincare products, like I said at the beginning of the video, the US only bans about 12 ingredients. So there's so many things in our skincare that is not good for us. And that we end up absorbing into our body. Things like red dye 40, which has actually been linked to increased cancer, and carrageenan, and all these things that we don't need to be adding. And also, for all those, a lot of you probably already are cutting out gluten if you have a sensitivity to it. There's gluten in some of our skincare and our makeup products. So that's getting absorbed too. So I just wanted to kind of let you guys ponder that. Arbonne has great skincare lines. There's a whole bunch of different, there's the RE9 Advanced line, which they're kind of known for. There's their Prep Work line, a Calm line, if you have sensitive skin. So just let me know if you're interested in learning more about the skincare, and I'd love to share that with you. And also just the makeup, they have lipsticks and eyeliners, and they have a huge makeup line, eyeshadow, every type of makeup that you can imagine. Some things that I don't even understand what they are because I'm clearly not that much of a makeup person. But they have so many makeup products, and they're just so well made, and they don't have things that are going to harm us. Like those things we're putting on our skin are getting absorbed, or like lipsticks especially. So, you know, the research out there shows that, you know, skincare, like makeup products that have gluten are fine for people with like celiac disease because it's not going into their gut. Well, it's still getting absorbed to our system. And if you think about lipstick, which might still have gluten, like that's, we all lick our lips. How many times have I done it in this video? So that's getting absorbed too. So especially things like lipstick, you want to make sure are nice and pure. They also have things like toothpaste. So take a look at your toothpaste. How good is your toothpaste? Like all that's, we spit it out, but a lot of it's getting ingested too. So take a look at your toothpaste. Because Arbonne has amazing toothpaste. It's a lovely mint flavor. And things as simple as deodorant. So a lot of deodorant has really bad things, like aluminum is really bad, and I can't think of others off the top of my hand, but you want like that staying on your skin for a while and getting absorbed, so you really want good deodorant. And all this stuff is especially, it's always important because we need to take care of ourselves, but if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, those things are really important to look at too. I just wanted to end, for those of you that are still with me here, a little bit on the business side. So I know this is kind of always a little bit scary to talk to, but so I fell in love with Arbonne in March after doing the 30-day, and I stayed using like their probiotics and the detox tea and the proteins every day. I didn't stick to the diet 100%. I stuck to it about 80%, and that kept my flare at bay and has still kept my flare at bay. And I haven't had a flare-up since. But in July, I realized, like, why am I just buying these products like this? I could be selling them, sharing them too, and that's what I'm doing with you guys. Like, I really want to be able to help people that have, like, ulcerative colitis or that recently had a baby, because that was a big struggle of mine too, just losing that baby weight, and just sharing with people good, safe, pure, healthy products. So I just wanted to touch on the business a bit. So I don't know if any of you are looking for a side income or aren't fully happy with your job, but just think about even what a few $100s a month and what that could do for you. So social marketing is actually like a $200 billion industry, which is crazy. So, you know, like stores like Kmart or like Macy's has been closing a lot of stores, and a lot of stores are going online. Or think about Amazon. How many people here don't use Amazon Prime? Because it's just so much easier to order stuff online. So getting into a company like Arbonne is just so smart because they were so ahead of their time. Like they have always been doing like safe, pure, vegan, gluten-free products, and that's what we now realize it's all about, but they were doing that years ago. So retail is changing. I also love it because Arbonne's actually in many different countries. So we are in the US, obviously. We're in Canada, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Taiwan, and Poland. So if you know people in those countries, like share this video with them. If you know they have issues, I'd love to help them out. But also if you're thinking about selling, like you can sell to any people in those too. And Forbes magazine actually said like a side hustle is the new job. So it's the job security, and millions of people are switching and doing it. And it's nice because it's a virtual built thing that you can do right from your phone. So just to kind of talk briefly about kind of how much you would get. So the average consultant, that's what you start out as. It's $50 to $200 a month is usually what you make. And then the next up is district manager. I actually just graduated. I just upgraded. I can't even think of the word. Promoted to district manager at the end of last month. So district managers make $200 to $1,000 a month. Like for me, that's like a student loan payment, or that's definitely like your car payment. Like that's a good chunk of change. If you date nights, think about how that could change your life. Then up from there is area manager, where you're making on average $1,000 to $4,000 a month. For a lot of people, that means that They might not need to have their current job. They can stay home with their parents. Or if you're the type of person that your flares get so bad that you can't always go to work, and you have to stay home with that, you could be making $1,000 to $4,000 a month just by staying in your home and working your business from your phone. That's perfect. You can do your business from your bathroom toilet. Think about that and help other people. Like, that's amazing. And as area manager, your business becomes willable. So what that means is, like, say, like, when I get to area manager, I can will my business to my husband or to my daughter. So hopefully people are still, staying healthy and buying skincare products and buying the protein. So all my customers are still going to keep purchasing from me, hopefully. And all of that money is going to go to the person that I will it to. So even though I'm gone, they're still going to get a chunk of money, which is great. So up from there, you become regional vice president. These people make on average $4,000 to $14,000 a month. I can't even imagine. And they also get a Mercedes-Benz of their choice that Arbonne helps pay for monthly to drive. So free car and making a ton of money and helping, and most importantly, helping millions of people, all the people that you can touch. And then national vice president is the highest level. They're making $4,000 to $6 figures a month. That is where I hope to be in like 3 to 5 years. Can you even imagine? So, they also have that white Mercedes-Benz, and at that point, like, your family's taken care of, and you get to think about, like, how can you now go on and help the world? Like, what charities can you help with? Can you help then, like, your family, your friends? So just, I don't know if that kind of got your wheels turning, but I know I have been super happy, and I would love, just think about it. So I wanted to end just by talking about some other people's testimonies, and I'll try to post some of these too so you guys can read them if you're more like visual people. But you heard mine, like a year flare of bleeding and going to the bathroom 5+ times a day, and then after this 30-day getting off prednisone and going like twice, maybe 3 times a day is where I was at. And now I'm pretty regularly going probably twice a day. Sometimes a third time if I had some wine, or I decided to have some coffee, or I indulged in some ice cream. So, and now I just know, like, if I'm going to have those foods, I'm going to go to the bathroom again. But I have not had any bleeding since the end of March when I finished this 30-day, and I think that's amazing. So just to kind of go over another person. So there's one gentleman who had ulcerative colitis, and he had been in and out of the hospital all the time with flares on and off. And by the end of his 30-day, he was having almost no flares, wasn't having to go back to the hospital, and he lost about 17 pounds. So I know those trips to the hospital are exhausting. So imagine that. And this is just a quote. Oh, and his big thing is that he said he couldn't have any chia seeds. So maybe add that to your, like, do not eat list possibly, because that was a trigger for him that he found out. And another lady with colitis, she doesn't have like a full testimonial, but this is what she said. She said, I have colitis, and this was a godsend. Couldn't agree more. And then the biggest testimonial I wanted to share, let me find it here, I have it written down. So this person loved all this so much that she's actually a consultant too up in Canada. And she has Crohn's disease. So this is her story. So hopefully this helps you. Before I did the 30-day program, I was seeing neuropaths. I was eating gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free. I had gone down to about 106 pounds. And my hair was falling out. I was diagnosed with Crohn's when I was 19 and had never gotten into remission. I finally said yes to this program at the age of 28. 2 weeks into my program, I went into remission. Can you imagine that? So she was diagnosed at 19, started this program at 28, had never been in remission, and after 2 weeks got into remission. It's crazy. She started to gain weight and ended her 30-day at almost 120 pounds. So we always talk about this and the weight that we lose, but for some of us, like, you're going to the bathroom so much and have so many issues that you're like dwindling down. So she went from 106 pounds to 120. My hair and skin were glowing, and most importantly, the inflammation diminished by the end of this program. The missing link for me was the fact that I had thought I was eating healthy before this program, which I mostly was, but I wasn't eating alkaline foods or adjusting the nutritional products that help bring my body back to an alkaline state. Because I'm already compromised, I tell anyone with GI issues, only start with 1/4 of the fiber. This is her other suggestion. Eat less raw veggies. So we want to eat a lot of good vegetables, but her suggestion is to not eat raw vegetables. Ingest mostly roasted hot salads, hot veggie soups in that first round of the 30 days to really give that GI tract a break and time to heal. I also typically take Digestion Plus twice a day, as most people with GI issues aren't producing the amount of enzymes that we need to break down our foods. Digestion Plus is a heaven for my body and helps me so much. I would recommend this program to anyone with a chronic disease, especially people with GI issues. The true focus of this program is to ingest the foods that serve you, supplement with our pH correct nutrition products, and allow your body the time to reset and reduce inflammation that caused the disease in the first place. So powerful. I don't have much more to say after that. Any questions from any of you guys? So I know a lot of you are going to be watching this video later. And I'm also going to try to figure out a way to upload this to YouTube. So you can share it with other people too, because I just want to put this out there. Like, GI issues are no fun, and I don't want it to stop anybody from doing what they want to do in life. Like, a lot of us want to do a lot of traveling and, want to spend time with our families. And I think one of the first things my daughter learned is that you go number 2 in a toilet, and she asks me about it all the time. And her and I are best friends in the bathroom, but that doesn't necessarily want to be you. Hopefully it's going to make potty training easier, but I just think these products help so much, and I want them to help you guys. So if you're even a little bit interested, this month is an awesome month to join. So you can become a preferred client for free this month. You just need to spend at least $150 worth of product, which if you become a preferred client, you get discounts. So that might mean that you only have to spend like $122 or something, depending on what you get. So I'll post information on the whole nutrition line and kind of some of the costs for that. It is different in different countries. So if you are from another country, in one of those countries I mentioned that Arbonne does sell to, I can get you the pricing on that. But I'll post the pricing for those in the US. But then my website's on the event, so just click on that and look at all the different stuff that Arbonne has. And if you have any questions, ask me. I'd love to help you out. We can kind of build a little package of random stuff if the whole 30 days not for you, but just look at it, because honestly, like, having the gluten, vegan, free things is so helpful. Digestion Plus is a godsend. She is right. And I just want to help you guys out. So I hope this was helpful today. And yeah, reach out to me, or reach out if another consultant invited you to this video. And have a happy and healthy gut, guys. Thank you so much. See ya.